Thanks, Hugh. Good evening. I'm Roger Johnson. Welcome to North West Tonight. There are calls tonight for the Army and the NHS to do more to tackle mental health problems among veterans. They come from the parents of Ben Riches, who took his own life at his Fleetwood home in 2019. He'd suffered from depression and alcohol problems following his return from Iraq. Ian Haslam reports.
I think it was the roadside bomb first. That was in Iraq.
Yeah, the roadside bomb
bomb.
Ultimately led to his hearing loss. He was medically discharged because his hearing was below the standard.
Ben Riches had shown signs of post-traumatic stress disorder. His parents say he began using alcohol as a coping mechanism and his mental health went into decline.
The incident where he shot somebody at such a young age, he was 18 years old.
He felt guilty. He started thinking of the person that he shot as being somebody's father, and it preyed heavily on his mind.
Just a few weeks before his death, Ben had been found drunk in the sea by police and had attempted self-harm while being taken to Blackpool Victoria Hospital. But the consultant psychiatrist there didn't think he had the power to detain him under the Mental Health Act, and Ben returned home.
There needs to be red flags in place. As soon as medical or health services realise that somebody's a veteran, in my mind, there should immediately be a red flag goes up.
Government has a duty to look after her veterans, and I'm determined to see that through in the Office of Veterans Affairs, and suicide prevention is a major part of that.
We just want reform, we want changes, we want it recognising the size of the problem.
It's bigger than just Ben in our eyes. There's a whole military community out there that are suffering.
Ian Haslam, BBC North West Tonight, Garstang.
The Lancashire and South Cumbria NHS Trust, which dealt with Ben, told us it now fast-tracks requests for help with mental health problems from veterans. Now, as you may have seen on the national news, an inquest into the death of a 2-year-old boy found that he died from a respiratory condition caused by mould in his family's rented flat. Awab Ishaq's family had complained to Rochdale Borough-wide Housing and begged for help. The government says it's an unacceptable tragedy, while the Housing Association says that it has and will continue to learn hard lessons. 5 years ago, inspectors called HMP Liverpool the worst prison in Britain. Their latest report found the squalid conditions have gone and the jail is now well ordered with a caring culture. A man has been cleared of assaulting Sir Ian Duncan Smith with a traffic cone at last year's Conservative Party conference in Manchester. The judge said that the evidence against Elliot Boville was weak. More stories on the BBC News website, including the latest on the Lucy Letby murder trial, where doctors today told the court that they battled for 45 minutes to save one of her alleged victims. Some colleagues of the Isle of Man's recently sacked health minister have hit back after he accused them of behavioural issues, and plans for a treetop adventure park in Lancashire could soon get the go-ahead. That and more at bbc.co.uk/news. Now, the North West has a new nature reserve, and it's going to be one of the biggest in the country. 3,000 hectares of water, mountain and valley at Ennerdale in the Western Lake District will be turned back over to nature as part of a huge rewilding project. Mark McAlinden reports.
It's a truly magnificent landscape and one of this region's most remote, home to rare temperate rainforest as well as threatened species such as red squirrels and freshwater mussels. Today its status as a National Nature Reserve was confirmed by Natural England.
This is a fantastic step towards the long-term protection and enhancement of this fantastic example of nature recovery in England. This place gives me enormous inspiration. Sometimes when you hear about environmental issues, it's all about doom and gloom and a litany of decline. This is about recovery and optimism for the future, a fantastic asset that we're passing on to future generations.
Now the reserve is Cumbria's newest and biggest, equivalent to around 4,200 football pitches. The partnership overseeing it is managed by Rachel Oakley.
Well, I'm very lucky to work here. I call this my office, but I love the close connection with nature.
So how will this place change and evolve?
We've restored population numbers around the Arctic char fish that live in the deep waters of the lake. So we're on the right path with wildlife. I think who knows in the future, but we are thinking about potentially bringing beaver back into the landscape. It would be brilliant if we could see pine marten back here. There's lots of science and evidence now with both those species in particular about how they can bring both nature and people benefits. So we'd be really excited about that.
It's hoped this reserve will be a beacon for nature restoration across the country. Mark McAlinden, BBC Northwest Tonight, Ennerdale.
Beautiful landscape, isn't it? We can see there was a bit of rain in the lakes today. Let's get the forecast. Here's Owain.
Hello everyone, I hope you're doing all right. Well, we've seen some rain today across the northwest and there's more of that to come as we head through the next 12 hours or so. An area of low pressure is here, it's nearby. The winds are going to strengthen at times as well. And through this evening, further spells of rain, some of these heavy. We will see some clear spells, but the winds are still a feature of the forecast at the moment. Temperatures a bit lower than what we saw last night, 5 or 6 Celsius, the winds then gradually easing. Now, first thing tomorrow morning, plenty of dry weather around and we'll see some sunshine as well. A few heavy showers across the Isle of Man, parts of Cumbria, but elsewhere, not looking too bad, actually. And top temperatures reaching 9 or 10 Celsius, still a bit breezy, especially along coastal parts. Now, low pressure is set to return as we look towards the end of the week and the weekend. It's here to the north, introducing this westerly influence as we look towards the weekend. So with that, we are expecting to see some rain, but it looks like the temperatures will eventually start to dip away as well. That's how it's looking. Stay safe. I'll see you soon.
And that is Owain for the final time, I'm sorry to say. He leaves us today to join BBC Radio 2 in the new year. You'll be able to hear him right across the country from 4 in the morning until 6:30, waking the nation up on the airwaves, as well as, of course, on lots of the BBC's TV output as well. That's it from us for tonight. We're back during BBC Breakfast at 6:30 in the morning. From all of us, have a peaceful night. Thanks for watching.